Welcome to Open Your Reality. I'm Chad, your host. Folks, we're coming into interesting times. I came across a news article today on CNN and the New York Times stating quantum supremacy has finally been achieved, and by none other than Google. If you didn't know, quantum supremacy was a term coined in 2012 by physicist Jim Preskill, which means that the supremacy of quantum computers is now becoming a reality. Certainly, many companies, and even world governments, most notably China, have been hard at work over the last 2 decades trying to perfect the quantum computer. And now it's done. The new space race or arms race is actually the race to build the perfect quantum computer. Why? Because artificial intelligence powered by computer technology will become the most powerful weapon in the 21st century, and quantum computers are the key to it all. But there's other stuff they can do too, which I'll get into later in the video, and that's quite scary. So now Google has a new quantum computer that can far outpace any ordinary computing technology that exists today. Apparently, Google claims their new quantum computer can perform 10,000 years of calculations in a mere, get this, 200 seconds. This type of computing power is the quantum supremacy the elite were seeking, and now they have it. Or at least now they have publicly told us they have it. This is all very interesting because over the last couple of days, I was researching Geordie Rose and the D-Wave computers his company makes. D-Wave computers are also quantum computers, but they may not be at the level of sophistication of Google's new quantum monster. However, all quantum computers rely on a new form of technology, which harnesses the power of subatomic particles. Unlike classical computers, which process data as individual bits, each a 1 or 0, a quantum computer uses a different foundation entirely called a qubit. No, not qubert, qubit. Each qubit can store a combination of different states of 1 and 0 at the same time through a phenomenon called superposition. Furthermore, multiple qubits can be grouped together through another quantum process called entanglement. All this allows a quantum computer to explore an extremely vast number of possible solutions to a problem at the same time. Did you hear that? I said the same time. The result is a computer that is exponentially faster than the best classical computer could ever be. And the difference is like comparing the speed of a bullet train to a snail. There's simply no comparison. What used to take years to calculate with a classical computer now takes a mere few seconds with Google's new
quantum computer.
Now, if you don't exactly understand the way this technology works or can't visualize it, don't worry. I really don't grasp it fully either. The main point is to understand that this technology is orders of magnitude higher than classical computers. We've known about quantum computers for more than a decade, but now it seems like the big money players are starting to perfect them, which will create even more of a gap between them and us. If you think you'll even the score by purchasing your own quantum computer, forget about it. You won't be able to buy a quantum computer anytime soon. That's because they are extremely precarious devices that need to be cooled to near absolute zero and look more like giant freezers than computers. Currently, the cost of creating a quantum computer and maintaining it runs in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. As a matter of fact, this kind of technology is so powerful, I don't know if it will ever be made available to the public. And if a quantum computer fell into the wrong hands, the repercussions could be so great, there'd be no way of fixing the damage. It would be like releasing demons into the world or opening Pandora's box. I had told you earlier I was just researching D-Wave computers and Geordie Rose. I came across some interesting quotes from him and a few other physicists on how quantum computers really work. This may sound like science fiction, but this is what these supposedly credible academia are saying. David Deutsch, a computer physicist, said as early as 2005 that quantum computers will be the first technology that allows useful tasks to be performed in collaboration between parallel universes. Geordie Rose said the same, stating that his D-Wave computers can reach into parallel universes and grab resources from them. Did you hear that correctly? When they say parallel universes, it's not a metaphor. They really mean it. And there could be multiple thousands of parallel universes or dimensions to do that from. So you can see these quantum computers are more akin to black magic than a computational machine. They're actually using a form of sorcery to conjure otherworldly entities and objects that could do tremendous harm to us here. Geordie Rose himself said the following, and I quote, "So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it is an awe-inspiring thing, at least for me. It feels like an altar to an alien god." Scary. In addition to that, D-Wave publicly stated in 2013 that they are gaining about 10% additional energy from these parallel dimensions. Researcher Anthony Patch believes these quantum computers are directly causing the Mandela effects we see today. To me, it makes sense because to actually change reality as we know it, it would take something as powerful and nefarious as a quantum computer to do it. Patch has deemed these additional energies, which have come to our reality, quantum pollution. What's more interesting is that the video I posted before this one talked all about the many worlds theory and parallel universes, and then this article comes out 2 days later. In that video I made, I gave scientific proof of why it may be possible for thousands of parallel universes to exist side by side with ours. By the way, if you want to watch that video, you can see it here. Not to spoil the video for anyone, but I discounted the possibility in the end because of several reasons that relate to simulation theory. However, now having done more research on quantum computers and D-Wave, it's opened my mind to believe that parallel realities may be a lot more possible than I thought. Think about this. If establishments like Google, billion-dollar corporations, and world governments master quantum computers, and then use them to their own ends, where does that leave all of us? What if these companies can alter our timeline further, just to suit their own agenda? Or what if they mess up and erase our timeline, or summon demons into it? How would we ever fix it? We're already living in an altered timeline. I don't like to fearmonger, but this is something we should all be concerned with. While quantum computers and artificial intelligence can be tremendous tools of positivity to the human race, I don't see them being used that way. Knowing the average human's propensity for greed and power, it's only going to ultimately end bad for all of us. Our technology has now far outpaced the quality of our consciousness and level of our humanity. Only time will tell, though. The one saving grace I have is knowing that consciousness supersedes everything. If our world is destroyed, it will be on a physical level, which is really a virtual level. But our consciousness will go on and find another world or reality to inhabit. Or perhaps we'll shift our awareness to one of the other parallel realities, where things didn't go bad. Pray it's not too late for us. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to another video of Open Your Reality. I hope you enjoyed the content here, and it didn't scare you too much. If so, please give me a like, and for all the people who have not subscribed yet, please do so to be alerted to new videos from me. Thank you. And finally, I have a Patreon link in the description should you wish to support the channel. I'll see you all in the next video.